Hello everyone. We're here for a couple of reasons. One, something came in the mail like within the last day or two. The 148 Snowspeeder. Like the special effects, eh? And we can compare it to the 148 Snowspeeder, which can be compared to, I don't know the scale on this Snowspeeder, but it's freaking big compared to the others. Okay, I got 3 of those. I'm going to try to keep this under 15-20 minutes, so this is going to have to go fast. Up first, we're going to do the Bandai kit. And I might pull the fine molds. The fine mold box is still sealed, but that's okay. I'm going to pull the fine molds box open and put it next to the Bandai kit. So you guys can... Sorry, I'm a little off camera. I didn't prepare things beforehand. So you guys can see them side by side. So I'll be back in a second. Let me get everything set up. Okay, here you go. There's the Bandai Snowspeeder in front of you. Let's open the box. As usual, I would expect Bandai to have separately bagged things, but they didn't this time. We have 2 sprue inside one bag. They do that sometimes on the Gundam kits. 2 sprue within one bag. They have the box around the clear parts again, though, so they're not getting scratched and they're protected. And it comes with 2 different canopies. One has a grid pattern on it, and one doesn't. Okay? Panel lines. I read a post where someone complained about the panel lines. I think the panel lines look okay. They look a little weak, but they're not screaming weak. They also complained about the pilot's arms being molded against the legs, and you can see that there. I'm going to open the baggies in a second so we can get a good look in it. And those are pink. Very pink. And we have a hard canopy too. So there's 3 canopies. I think there's really 2. One is clear, so you can paint. The other clear part will insert inside there. Okay, and the textured snow base. And we get both decals and water slides. Let's take a look at the directions, and we'll get inside the package. That doesn't want to stay where I'm putting it. Okay. It's got the Disney logo on it. You know, Disney's getting that way. There's the M part. It comes with landing feet. No, those are speed brakes. Comes with the speed brakes you see flapping all the time. There's the base. And it's a multi-position base. There's the fire outs. There's the sprue layout. The blasters. Okay. Assembly looks like it's going to go pretty quick. I don't know how detailed the cockpit is, but it's looking like the cockpit is fairly detailed. Alright, you have the 2 pilots, one sitting front and back. It has some opening panels on the side, so the laser, you can look at the guts of the lasers. Alright, and again, like all the other Star Wars, you do a sub-assembly and you do the major assembly up here with the sub-parts. This one looks like it'll be a good kit to put together, and it doesn't look like it's going to be very hard. And then there's the paint and decal guide, and it doesn't look like there's much in the way of colors on this, just a couple of shades of gray. Okay, the pilots have far more color than the kit has. So we've looked at the directions. Let's pop open the plastic baggies. Let's see what's inside the plastic, shall we? Okay, that bag tore up pretty bad. First, we have the laser firing. It's pink. I read somewhere that that's from the Empire Strikes Back, the original edition, not the new messed up George Lucas edition. Sorry, true feelings coming out. Yep. We have the guts of the lasers right there, like access panels. Like usual, Bandai has done some fine detail molding. Let's get a little closer on this so you guys can see the parts just a little bit better. They've done some fine detail molding here. Okay, and there's the cockpit bay. Here's the 2 pilots along with There's good detail on those pilots. It's just, I have to agree with the person. The arms are wrong, the legs look bad. The arms should have been separate so you could move them around a little bit. And you got your lasers, which are molded round plastic. Your fake snow base, which if you go buy some fake snow and put it on there, probably will look pretty good. Okay, there's bag one. I'll set that aside and open bag two. It has all the interior pieces on it. They don't want to come out of the bag. There it goes. Okay. The Snowspeeder body itself. Again, you can see those panel lines if I tilt it around. Here's the underside. Okay. And we have the hatch covers. Here's the air brakes. Here's the air brake braces. On the flip side, there isn't too much to look at because these are all interior parts. Inside parts, as BB would say. She loves her inside parts. She doesn't have to clean them up so well. Here is the last sprue on this. Nice detail on that. The interior parts right here. It looks like the interior parts are really good. If you wanted to light this, it would be possible to add some lighting. There's the main control panel, if I have to guess right. This would be the rear control panel. It has the gun, the tow hook. And there's the clear canopy that you could paint. Okay? And it's in two parts. And there's the canopy insert. It looks like it's a well done kit. I gotta say, it looks well done. Hopefully you guys, I was pointing at what I was talking to about here. I may not have, I didn't look up the camera. Sorry, there's the interior. There's the control panel right there. I got to learn to look at the camera screen when I'm talking. Alright, now let's pull out the fine molds kit and let's take a look at the difference inside it. I suspect there won't be too many differences. They are the same scale. Okay? Now the fine molds has some orange as well as the gray striping. The Bandai did not. Okay? And I don't see clear with the fine molds kit. Yep, I don't see clear. Here is the directions. I like the Bandai stand better. I can tell you that right now. They'll fold out like the Bandai directions. Let me zoom this back so it fits just a little bit better on the screen. There's the directions. You put the body together first. You've got the interior. The interior looks not much different than the Bandai kit. Now, fine molds did the pilots better. So maybe you might want to get the pilots out of the fine molds kit and put them in the Bandai kit so you can pose their arms. Just saying. Looks like the interior, there is a clear glass. Looks like the interior will open and close, because that looks like those are hinges that are workable. Not sure about that. You do have some removable panels on the fine molds kit. On the back side you have your painting and decal guide. Okay. Now, fine molds does have the option of the orange or the gray, which is nice. Let's tear this open and take a look. Okay, found the clear. The clear was hiding in here. It's in the decal bag. Now, comparison time. The size is comparable. They're almost the exact same size. So if you wanted to build two of them, you could. If you have the fine molds kit, I wouldn't cry. The panel detailing is, I like the panel detailing better on the fine molds kit. You want the honest truth. Looks better. Yeah, the panel detailing looks a lot better on the fine molds kit. I should turn them this way. And again, the fine molds kit is a teeny bit smaller. Not enough to cry about. And again, I like the panel detailing better there. I gotta say that. Person whose comments I read, I'm agreeing so far. Bandai kit looks good. It is good. It's much cheaper than the fine molds kit at this point in time. Although I think Revel is about to release some of the fine molds kits. Re-release some of the fine molds kits. So let's get these two out of the way right here. They're going to go back in their bag in a minute. And let's look at the other two sprue. Here's the cockpit. And here's the pilots. Now if I get the Bandai pilots, I bet the Bandai pilots are nicer. I'm not trying to poo-poo fine molds, because fine molds made some good Star Wars kits over the years. I just suspect the Bandai's pilots are a little bit better. Bandai has the edge on the molding technology. I can't find the pilots. Oh, there they are. Underneath my hand. That's why I cannot find them. It's just the arms are movable on the fine molds. They're not on the Bandai. Yeah, the Bandais are cleaner. Okay. Now let me do the usual. There we go. So you can see them. This is the Bandai. The Bandai look cleaner. They look better. Just, I wouldn't want to hack those arms off and reposition them. That would be a pain. Here's the rest of the parts. They're all on one big sprue. Okay. And when we go to that one big sprue, it's, oh, no wonder I can't find it. It fell on the floor. Let's pull some of these. This rear grille, it is see-through. Bandai has it smaller and thinner. It's big and bulky here. It is not so big and bulky here. This panel here looks better on Bandai. Okay. The interior. Let's see if we can find the cockpit. Is the cockpit molded into the... It should be molded into the body. That doesn't make any sense. It's not. Sorry, it fell on the floor. And Thunderpaws is investigating with a vengeance. It's what he does. I know where the interior is on the Bandai, but I don't know where it is on the fine molds. But we have this part here and this part here to compare. Okay, fine molds, Bandai, they look pretty close. They don't look too bad. I got to keep the two sets straight. I still haven't found the interior. I mean, there's that part. Oh, there it is. Here's the interior on the fine molds. And the instrument console that goes in the front is here. Oh, that's the back. It's here. And the rest of the interior is there. Whereas on the Bandai kit, the interior tub is here. And you can see there's a big difference between them. A big difference. Okay. The Bandai looks stronger. Alright. We've looked at the Bandai. We have looked at the fine molds. We got one stinker left to look at. And I'd say they're evenly tied. Some of the detail on the fine mold, Bandai beats the fine molds, and some of the fine molds beats the Bandai. And we got the old AMPC kit. Now look at the size comparison here between them. This is almost 1/24. I mean, it's almost twice the size. Yep, almost exactly twice the size. So this is 1/24, 1/28, something like that. Okay. Panel lines. Yeah, well, we'll use the Bandai kit because it's closer at hand than the fine molds. We're lacking some panel lines there. And there's some added detail like this ribbing right here. I don't see on the Fine Molds kit, nor the Bandai kit. So, yeah, what's up with that? Where'd that come in? You also have to remember that the Snowspeeder I'm looking at right here is from a very long time ago. Yeah, it's not on the Fine Molds kit either. That panel ribbing. It helps if I have the camera zoomed out again so you guys can see half of what I'm talking about. This is what happens when you try to do everything in one take and you don't have a production crew or anything. So get in the back. You can see it's about twice the size, so this is somewhere around 1/24. You can see some of the panel lines are the same. Not all. This is details that are missing on the smaller kits. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Looking in the box, you can tell everything is here. Clear plastic's down at the bottom. Okay, I'm not going to open that bag. I'm going to leave that clear plastic alone so it doesn't get torn up too much. We have our directions down here. We have the cards and everything are still in the box. Something went to the floor. That was the decals. Pilots is in 4 parts. The interior, there is almost no interior on this kit. Again, you got to remember, this is a really old kit, and I do mean really old. You can see the whole instructions there. Let's see if there's a date on this thing somewhere. 1980. So when I say it's an old kit, it is an old kit. The bags are opened already, so we can tear into it a little bit and take a look. There is more detail on that cockpit, but it's probably all made up. Honest, I mean, this thing is old. I mean, look at that seat. That looks like the back bench seat from a 1970 station wagon. I wouldn't want to sit in that. Alright? Really wouldn't. Let's see how bad the pilots are. Oh, look at that. Fortunately, it's a good scale, and I'm sure you could find some better pilots than that. Wow. They probably spent half their budget designing that piece right there, if I had to guess. It's not that bad of a kit when you really start looking at it. It's just got a few inaccuracies here and there. Let me get the decals. You guys can see them. I mean, for a 1980 kit, that is actually a really nice kit. Really nice. And there's the decals that come with it. Okay? Actually, it's one of the better Star Wars kits I've seen. Oh, and those pilots. Wow, what is up with that? Who even thought that would work? But outside those pilots, it doesn't look to be too horrible of a kit. It looks like if you had some good modification skills, you could make this thing shine. And I do mean make it shine, and you'd have a large-scale Snowspeeder kit. If you didn't know how to do it, you just get the Fine Molds kit or the Bandai kit and just imitate them. This doesn't look like a bad kit. It looks good. To my poor eyes, I'm liking this. I like this kit. It's not getting sold sometime soon. Don't know if I'll build it anytime soon. Life is in the way of that. But yeah, other than the pilots, this doesn't look too bad. It really doesn't. I mean, it's not going to compare to the Bandai kit, which is 2015 molding technology. It just can't. But all things considered, 1980s kit, it's not bad. And you could clean that up really nicely and make it look really good. It's a nice size, too. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It ran a bit longer than I wanted to, but it is what it is. I hope to get back to model building next week or two. Things are slowing down a little bit. My health is improving. I probably haven't mentioned, but I've Had some fun health issues lately. Went to the emergency room, got a nice badge from the IV, a few other things, but I'm not dying. Don't worry, not dying. It's nothing fatal, nothing along those lines. Machine and Krieger part. So let me get everything put away, and hope you enjoyed. Be back later. Thunderpaws cam. Yeah, you were locked in the office, weren't you? Mm-hmm. You were. We're gonna learn not to be locked in the office? Don't know.